Jax breaks down, Sheena breaks down, and Lala practices for her new hosting career. We got so much drama in this first part of the reunion. Oh my gosh, let's get it started. Here we go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
It's not a threat, and so on and be careful with me.
Everyone needs to be careful with each other.
So much! This is a good theme song for them this week because we had some watching out to do. Everybody was stabbing each other in the back left and right. It was crazy. This was a crazy episode of first reunion episode. Wow, wow, wow. Let's get started. But first, let's do some quick introductions. I am Tiege Dooley-Panko, and to my left is the amazing, he's dressed for the Met Gala, Zack Peters.
Isn't he gorgeous?
Isn't he gorgeous? His hair looks amazing. We're going to do a look of all of Zach's hair looks throughout the season. I love it. I love it. And then we have the adorable, also kind of a Met Gala appropriate as well. She's fancy and she's adorable and she's fun and spicy as well. We've got Serio.
Thank you.
Cute. Woo! And also fashionable, also fun, flirty, adorable. We've got Stacey Olivas rounding out our panel.
Love it.
Okay, wow, you guys, this was so much drama. Do you want to go through and just say, okay, overall thoughts? Stacey, what did you think? They packed it in this week.
Where was all this drama all season?
Right.
Like, people were just calling each other out left and right. Eye rolls were, they rolled. They rolled. They rolled back and forth. Like, it was crazy.
Sarah, what do you think?
Exactly what Stacey thought. Like, where has this been? So glad that they brought out, like, their claws. Even though if they didn't really need to call someone out, they called them out, and I loved it.
Zach, what did you think?
I loved it. It was like the juice and the drama that we've been waiting for all season, that we started the season with, and then it just, like, the train fell off the track, but not in, like, the train wreck way that we love.
Right.
And then now it's back.
And now it's back, and it's full train wreck. Because, and mainly because I think Lala just held back nothing this episode. She was ready to start new topics. She was ready to bring out more dish in case they didn't already have enough to talk about. So that is what I love about Lala, Kent. Glad you're here, babe. Okay, so later in the show, we're also going to get to our fun tea time news and gossip segment. We're going to get to serve the verdict, where we pick the a topic and discuss it, whether it was cool or not. And we're going to do a little quick pump teeny toast at the end of the episode to say who was the most memorable, or who brought the tea or spice or fun this episode. So, okay, first topic I think we should get into, because this is what they discussed first, was the elephant in the room, Jax and Brittany's relationship. So now we see that they are back together and they're happy. I think a lot of this has to do with after Jax's dad died, Brittany was there. What do you guys think about their relationship now? Do you think it's different?
I could see that it was different.
Okay.
I'm gonna bite my. I feel like I'm gonna bite my tongue. I understood where he was coming from, in the sense of when he was saying that he saw Brittany in the light that everyone else saw her as.
Right.
When his whole world came crashing down and she had to deal with it. It's sad that it took him this long, but I do 100% believe him when he said that. I'll give him that credit, and that's all I can give him right now.
Okay, Stacey, what do you think?
I agree with you, Sarah. I feel like his world, came crashing down. Brittany was there to pick up the pieces. Brittany was there, had his back. She's a great, girlfriend, friend. She's a great person. But I feel like Jax has been here before, when he's like, I need to get help. I need to, there's moments where I need to change. Like, I feel like in past seasons, he also has been there, where he's like, I need to get therapy. He has been in therapy before. Yeah. Right. So I feel like he's revisiting that again. Hopefully, God willing, he changes.
Zach, what do you think?
He's not going to change. He's not going to change. It's been how many, he's 40 years old. He's not going to change at this point. I don't think his dad is now taking over his body. Nice try, though. I think that, he's just now seeing that, Brittany's a great girl. It's been 3 years that you guys have been together, and you're just now seeing that. It took your dad having to die before, God bless his father, may he rest in peace. But, this shouldn't have been the turning point. When you cheated on her, should have been the turning point when you realized how good your girlfriend is to you. She's...
Despite
herself. It's just, it shows that, she's a good girl and she's going to stick by him no matter what, and she's always going to be there for him. But the question is he ever going to truly be there for her? We saw him throw another tantrum tonight.
Right. You know, it's hard to say. I think that the whole thing with his dad, that was tough to watch. That's not easy for anybody in the room. Everybody was kind of tearing up, and it's
We were
it's
tearing
emotional.
up.
Yeah,
It
we
was
were
a
even
lot.
affected too. That's tough. It's a tough
heavy.
topic, and it was heavy. One thing I do want to talk about, though, away from the dad, is the faith in Jack's story. Here's my thing, you guys.
Yes.
That was interesting.
Here's my thing.
Transition.
Okay, so we talked to Faith on the Tomorrow Show. I was there. We talked to her about what had happened. You know, hooking up with Jax, whatever. She said that it happened at her apartment. That was a big apartment. She was taking care of a friend's friend, aka like the older person. She was looking after this woman in her own apartment. That's why all of her music stuff was there. And that made sense in my brain. That side of her story made sense. He, now in this reunion, after this whole season and after all of the crazy stuff that's went down, he is saying that it happened in an old person's house. You guys have different stories.
Yeah.
You guys still have a different story, and that's what's blowing my mind, is that now I know that you're lying about it didn't only just happen once. I think it happened several times. Now that after I'm hearing you guys both can't even get your story straight.
So true.
You guys are on national television, and Faith's telling a different story than you are, and that looks bad. So I'm gonna need some clarification on that.
Well, I just want to note that is the story that she gave us at the top of the season. It has been consistent from when she went on the Tomorrow Show and said the story, from when she originally said it on Vanderpump Rules. Like, that has been consistent.
At her apartment, right?
Yeah. Jax
Okay.
is the one who's been inconsistent, because you're right. I was shocked that he said it happened at the old lady's house now.
And he was describing it.
Yeah, he was
He was
describing
like,
it.
it looked like an old lady's house. That's...
It wasn't, because it was Faith's
Crazy, yes,
quote
but-
unquote, it was Faith's apartment with all of her sound system and everything.
But to play devil's advocate,
Please.
does that make sense that that an old woman would be sleeping in her apartment?
That's, yeah.
Well, because she was looking after her, so I think that
But
the old
do
woman.
you drop off your old woman like it's daycare? You go and drop her off at somebody's apartment?
So, you know, obviously there's some holes in that story as well. However,
Who's telling the truth?
however, what I do know at this point is they're both telling different stories, which that's where I'm like, wait a second, we gotta get on the same page, because, I mean, how many times have we talked about this, and now we're still not even getting it straight?
Need?
What?
The audio from that night.
When is it going to come out?
I don't think it can. I think
don't
for
think-
legal
yeah,
reasons,
legal reasons.
we'll never hear that audio. However, I mean, I just was talking with Faith. We were just talking with her on the Tomorrow Show a few weeks ago, so that's why it's just so crazy to me. It's like, wait, what, Jax? What? Get with it, dude.
So I do believe
on.
you, Teague, when you think that it could have happened
Now
more than once.
now I kind of think it might have, but I don't know. You know, we've kind of exhausted this topic, and both sides have good and bad to them, whatever. But anyways, I just wanted to bring that up, because when he said that, I was like, there's no way you guys aren't on the same page already. That's
No.
crazy. Another thing we should talk about in regards to Jax and Brittany is that they are not using contraceptives, and he is saying that he's ready to be a dad.
Gross.
Yeah.
I was surprised by this.
Gross.
Aren't you?
You're surprised. Which part were you surprised?
Yeah,
by?
which part's right?
I'm surprised that, well, you're right. I do think that, I mean, I know people don't like to say when you have a baby, you grow up, but I think that is true for some people, and I think that that could be the case for
I
Jax.
should give the note to my parents.
I just think that the dad thing is a different topic, but what I will say is the not being safe kind of is a little bit crazy to
Reckless.
me, because are you ready for that right now? You know?
As we saw the HPV commerciul come on
Before.
That is funny. What do you guys think about that?
I do agree with you if it's a certain person, it might mature them.
Uh-huh.
Jax, I do feel like it could. Brittany 100% is ready to be a parent.
Yeah.
I feel like with the positions that they have in like just who they are, they should be using contraceptive. I've never even used that word before. They should be using some sort of protection.
Right.
Just because of their lifestyle, how they're living it. It's the smart and mature thing to do. It's a big risk. And if nothing's happened so far, I feel like they should get themselves checked out.
Right.
And Brittany, I would be super cautious because he's cheated on me before. How many times? And
Yes,
Because
good
I'm like,
point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is scary. Zach, what do you think?
Good.
I think Brittany needs to get checked.
Yeah, I'm surprised
And
that
maybe
she
Jax
isn't.
is shooting blanks. I mean, I would have expected them to get pregnant after 3 years of non-protective sex.
I feel
Yeah.
like they should.
I don't know. It's a weird topic.
That is really
I feel like
weird.
she would be okay if she got pregnant
Yeah.
because then she has a baby, she's in a relationship, she has a baby daddy. Like, on paper, it all adds up. But, like, Jax is not the person you want to have a baby with.
No, he's just not.
No.
I mean, maybe to you, to her.
She loves him.
To her,
You
he
know,
looks like
and I think
love wins, y'all.
love wins, y'all. Here's the thing I did think was interesting was that I do think it's nice of her to. It was nice for her to hear. Whoa! It was nice to hear how she thought about after seeing it all back, and she was like the same thing that Ariana kind of said. It's like when you hear that other people have gone through similar situations and you think you've been helpful. I think it's good that she realizes that. You know, she
good
wasn't.
that
She
she
looked
got
a little
cheated
bit
on
crazy.
camera?
No, I think it's good that she realizes she looked dumb.
Yeah.
But she's acknowledging it, and it's a part of growing and all that stuff. So I
Yeah.
think it was good that she acknowledged it. She didn't say, you know, I don't know. I liked the way she handled
Me
the
too.
situation.
Yeah. She owns up to her part.
I agree with
Right.
you.
Yeah, she owned
Definitely
up to her
does.
part. I don't think many people agree with her, but she owns it, and I got to give her that.
Right,
Her life.
and while we're on the topic of Jax, should we talk about the crazy freak out that Jax presents about Sheena? This went so far that I have no idea even. There feels like there's this deep-rooted hate for for Sheena from Jax. And initially he said, "You didn't even call or contact me when my dad died." Later we find out that Brittany said he did indeed. Or she did indeed text him and say, "I'm sorry about your loss." However, it wasn't enough for Jax, and he still is holding a grudge about something, and they absolutely hate each other. So this was
something
crazy.
more.
Yeah.
There's something more.
3 things. One, I think Jax definitely crossed the line, like, so far much that, like, we forgot where the line even was.
Right.
2, I think that I understand his anger with Sheena not texting him because, like, if you're close to somebody and you were just hanging out with them recently, like, when they lose their parents, like, they deserve more than just a text message, like, "I'm sorry." Like, I get it. That's kind of like our modern day way of communicating. But, like, when somebody's relative passes, you at least call them. And if they don't answer the phone, fine. Leave them a voicemail, send them a text. Like, then you go and go to the alternative. But, like, you pay your respects.
Yes.
And 3, I think that he was acting out not so much because he was upset with Sheena. I think Sheena was the easy target, and everybody was right in saying that, he was acting out because he was hurting from losing his dad.
And then I think also Sheena was trying to set her, Brittany up with another guy. So maybe that all stemmed from that
Sheena
too.
was just an easy target for him to project everything that he was feeling. You know, being in the hot seat and losing his dad and having to relive that. Not that that excuses anything because he still threw a tantrum again, which proves that he hasn't grown. But that's my 2 cents, Sarah.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you said. That it was probably just so many different feelings pent up, and he was just letting it all come out. And he knew he could get away with it in the sense of, no, it's not a good thing. But everyone's like, I get where you're coming from because of what you went through with his dad. But still, no.
Okay, so
Not
we
necessary.
have some interesting stuff going on in the group chat. Thank you guys so much for being in the group chat. We love you, and you know that.
Yes.
I hope you know that. So we have a few things. One topic is that Faith might be pregnant. Again, I don't have any confirmation on
heard
this.
that.
Have you heard that as well? Okay, so we don't have any confirmation on this, but this is in the group chat. So that might be a thing that is happening.
I don't believe
We
it.
don't know, but she's on that show, and I just saw her like a few weeks ago. I feel like that would have.
I think
come
it
up.
was one of those
More
like
rumors for attention.
yeah.
Okay, and then another thing that I think is interesting in the group chat right now is that Erica is saying that Jax gave Stassi herpes. Kristen said, "You're mad because you got his herpes."
Where did this come from?
Everybody has herpes, though. Like, I mean, not everybody, but I'm
Do
not
they?
surprised. Well, I mean, like a cold sore is herpes.
Yeah.
Like it's such
So-
a common. Yeah,
You're getting
like,
really
when you-
technical, right?
No, it's true. So if you have a cold sore, you
Like,
kiss
yeah.
someone,
Yeah,
and they
herpes-
have the
yeah.
gene or whatever in them, then they're
Yeah.
gonna get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my point
so-
is it's not hard to spread. It's
Yeah.
not hard to catch. And like, you know, it happens. And with somebody like Jax, like, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, well, interesting, to say the least. But thank you guys for being in the group chat. If there's anything else, please put it in there.
There is something else.
Okay, what do we need to know?
For all of our viewers and
Yes.
listeners, if they want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of their life, we have a podcast for you guys. It's called Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition, and it's hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to comment and rate, and when you do, let Maria know that it was us that sent you there. The Vanderpump Rules after show. Tiege, Zack, Sarah, Stacey, we love her. We know that you'll love her too. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Jax
Very
Needs some
good.
Maria today.
Jax needs to listen to it.
Yeah, a lot of people need to listen to that. Okay, so the next topic we should get into is Sheena and Rob, which is such a cringy topic, and it's funny that anytime his name comes up, everyone cringes in the room, which is crazy because when you first meet him or you look at him on social, he looks like this bubbly, wonderful human. Every single person on that panel almost was like, oh, that guy's using you, Sheena.
Yeah,
I don't know why you don't see it. He's using you. He used you. He broke up with you 2 weeks after the show, which is way too convenient. And she's claiming that it's because she didn't want he didn't want any drama to be on the show featured, but I think it was just because he just wanted to look good on camera, and once the season was over, he couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I like how she rationalized it as like he wanted to
protect
stay
her.
on the show to protect me so that I wouldn't have to go through another breakup on camera.
I can't.
I'm like,
No, that's like
no,
twisted thoughts.
He stayed on the show for himself. Like, it wasn't for you. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the whole world doesn't revolve around Sheena Shea.
And I
Right.
think the craziest thing I heard was during this was when Lala said, or when he would go out, not invite Sheena, but then when Lala's man came out, he was there.
That is literally so ridiculous and such a red flag. It makes me upset. And also, here's another thing that makes me upset.
Yes.
Sheena is cool, and Sheena is famous, and Sheena, people know Sheena as well.
Yeah.
If you're hopping on the bandwagon to hop on the bandwagon
Yeah.
and try to be famous, you could hang out with Sheena, and that would also do the same thing as hanging out with Randall Emmett, okay?
Well, he did, though. He went to all the Vanderpump Dogs events and all the Vanderpump Rules events.
True.
Like, he milked her for all she was worth.
True.
But he saw that Randall works in production, so there, you know, he milked Sheena, and then he was going to Randall for other opportunities in that space outside of the
opportunist.
reality tension, you know, TV stuff.
Totally opportunist.
Well, and also another thing, I think Kristen said manipulation at its finest was when Sheena was saying, you know, this, it all started to go off, you know, it all started to shut down after the rumors of him kissing another girl, the Toca Madera story that we heard 400 times. I think it's funny that she's still in her brain, she's so manipulated that she still thinks it might have been because of Kristen. She still thinks it might have been because of rumors. I think at the bottom, at the core of this whole thing is that he just wasn't that into Sheena, and he used her to get on the show and get some publicity, and that's ridiculous. And now we see it.
and that's not a friend.
No.
Not even a friend. And
Yeah.
she said that they were such good friends before, and that
She
he
was in
loved
love
her.
with him for 12 years. Like, get over it. Your timeline, your math doesn't make sense. But to that, I have some tea time news that we'll share later about Rob. Because he's spoken out.
Oh, yes, he did. He
Yeah.
did have a chance to speak out because he was not able to share his side on the reunion because, sorry, Rob, you weren't that big of a part of this.
But he's
season.
still getting attention.
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. We're
mean-
still talking about him. Well, it's fine, but I just feel
Yeah.
like the way he was put on the show just wasn't.
Not cool.
No.
Not cool
No,
at all.
not a fan. Okay, so now we get to the Sheena and Lala drama, which I think was also very interesting. And Lala was holding back not a thing,
Yes.
which was interesting. I think we've heard this story a little bit before, that Sheena was upset with Lala because she didn't let her use Randall Emmett's private jet to get her things out to Vegas, which seems a little bit silly. Also, don't you have a little bit more stuff to go to Vegas? Like, don't you need to pack a little bit more than just what a private jet can allow you to put on?
Furniture, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just like that seemed unrealistic to me. But that would have been Lala choosing Sheena over the other people that she took, which I think was Kristen, Stassi, did Katie
most
go?
of the cast, yeah.
Yeah,
cast,
so So anyway, so this was interesting, to say the least. What do you
It's
think?
also a big expectation to put on your friends. Like, I remember when this had first happened and Lala did the Tomorrow Show with Kevin and DeCaro, and she was, like, really kind of upset about it. And then to see it kind of play out in the reunion, like, now I get the full picture. And, like, it's a big expectation to put on somebody, especially on her boyfriend's private jet. Like, it's not even hers. Like that's just very
awkward.
Entitled.
Yeah, I
It's
just
awkward.
feel like if Sheena really needed it, then she could have easily rented a private jet. I know a
Yeah.
discounted website that you can like go to.
But also,
and
you don't
can
need
get it.
You don't need a private jet to go to Vegas. You're
No,
moving
like,
to Vegas.
Doesn't she have family that lives in California and she's so close to? Couldn't they have like, got a U-Haul or something?
Also, FYI,
driven?
it's like 4 or 5 hours drive. Like,
Yes,
get out of
it's
here.
not
Like,
that
you don't
bad.
need to get a private jet. And you're
Ship
gonna-
it.
It's just
Yeah.
being selfish. It's just being totally selfish and saying, well, why didn't you invite me? Because I needed you for this.
And
Like,
maybe like the end of it, like the actual core of the issue is that she was upset she wasn't invited. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
probably is because
No,
I
but
feel like she.
Was she invited?
She was disinvited because she was causing drama.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what it was. Okay, because she
Yeah.
said she was a drama.
She was acting out, and so Lala disinvited her, and then she's like, that's when it was the thing with the private jet.
Interesting.
These fights are over such real issues.
I know. Well, yeah.
Rent a U-Haul truck, and then like Rob can help you move since you're such good friends still.
And he can hang a TV.
Yeah, he can
In
hang your
7
TV for
seconds.
you.
Oh, minutes.
7 minutes.
But I don't think
That's
she
a
needed.
good-
I don't think she needed to bring furniture because I think she stayed at a hotel. Like, they have.
Yeah.
everything
Anyways,
for you.
it's interesting to see that Lala and Sheena clearly still haven't really figured out their drama. All right, now let's get into the James, Raquel, Logan saga. I think it was interesting that most of the cast was making jokes to James about the Logan thing, which feels like it's real, but also feels like, can we maybe stop making fun of him if it actually did? Let's
Yeah.
talk about it instead of making it a joke. It's a running joke now. I'd rather talk about it.
Well, look, he's not taking it seriously, so
True.
how can you expect everybody else to take it seriously?
I guess you're right.
I just wanted to see more of it. We got like a 2 to 3 minute piece at the reunion, and I'm like, no, I want to dive into this more.
I
need
know.
more reasons to shade Raquel.
Okay, well, you need more reasons to shade Raquel. You know who else wanted to shade Raquel really badly was Lala, because Lala said that James is the, what did he say, Ray J?
J,
The
yeah.
new white Ray J, which in my opinion, that means that she thinks that Raquel is using James to get fame. Because she's trying to do the pageants, the Miss California or whatever
Yes.
or America, whatever that stuff is. So that's how I took it. But I think
Yeah.
you guys were taking it a different way.
I thought it was like Lala used James, hence he was the Ray J to start her music career, and now she's using Randall, who's like the Kanye.
No, but Lala wouldn't say that about herself. That'd be insulting
I
for
just
herself.
thought that was what it was about, like, because it did not make sense to me.
Yeah, I think the
think
whole
she's saying
analogy
that
like ran
Raquel's-
off the track, but I definitely think like
Because she was calling herself out of what James was saying about her.
because
like,
James said that he was the white Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she clarified and she's like, well, no, you're not the white Kanye because you're technically the white Ray J because I slept with you first and Kim slept with Ray J first, so which makes Randall Kanye.
Yeah, I
that
also thought it
whole
was a little bit of a dig at. I thought it was a dig at Raquel, saying that
yeah.
he
I totally was.
that Raquel is using James to get
Yeah.
famous. So that's what and she wanted to get into it, and I hope that we see it next week because
I don't
she.
think we will.
But it's ridiculous because I wanted to see it. I
I
saw some
wanna see it
fire
too.
coming from Lala about Raquel, and I don't know why no one will like dive into it.
I agree. And if Raquel wants to be famous, she needs to like learn how to speak. Use your words, girl.
Yeah. If
Well,
you
it's
notice,
interesting too when we talked to Faith a few weeks ago on the Tomorrow Show, but even after I was talking to her a little bit about Raquel, and I don't know how that came up, but she was like, there were several scenes that were shot with Raquel, and Raquel was going off or like doing this. It somehow didn't make it in the storyline, and so I think that what we got maybe just wasn't. Well, obviously, it's never the full picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I think that there was maybe some stuff that we thought we would see, or they thought, she thought she would be on the show.
I mean,
then
they couldn't have been that buzzworthy. You listen
Well,
to her
right.
talk, like
Yeah, I don't know, but
she's
that
not the sharpest tool in the shed.
yeah. So I think there was some blowing up during the season, but we didn't see it because maybe it just didn't fit in the
Yeah.
storyline
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
or whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So then also the Tom Tom.
That was
I
a
thought
little
this
awkward
was
too.
Good though. I thought it was good.
Okay, but I thought it was really awkward because Tom
Yes.
Sandoval was kind of a little bit going after Lisa, a little bit, which is
Yeah.
bizarre because they're business partners or whatever. They're junior associates. Is that what she was calling them? And he was saying that they want more input and they don't feel like they're totally a part of the process, basically.
And there's no contract.
That is weird. There's no contract, and that is weird, and that smells of a grimy thing that might not pan out. And that doesn't make me feel.
I mean, Lisa kept saying that she's done this for so many times, and she was like, "Why does there need to be one?" So maybe it's like a trust thing. She goes for trust over like paperwork. I don't know, but I agree with you guys.
That's scary for them.
I think what upset them was how they watched it back, and Lisa was like, they own 10%. So I just feel like maybe they felt that they owned more, like it was half and half.
But I honestly think, like, I'm hoping that this actually happens for these guys. I'm hoping that it's an actual deal and somehow the lawyers don't get involved and then, like, they're cut out of the deal because that makes me nervous because they're so excited about this.
That won't happen.
But you don't think it's just for TV?
That won't happen. But that's exactly why it won't happen. Is because look, and I was writing this in my notes. Like Andy's like, Lisa, why did you decide to bet on Tom? It's like it's obvious. There are two characters on her reality show. Like the whole premise is about these two stars. It's a marketing opportunity for her, and it's a spinoff opportunity for Bravo. Like there are too many pieces that fit that like you can see she's gonna leverage this and milk this for all that she can. She's a smart businesswoman. She knows how to play the game, and she saw how successful Sir and Pump were by launching them on Housewives. Like she's not dumb. She's gonna use them, but I do think you are right in terms of there might be a legal issue down the line because they don't have a fair cut, and I think she knows that, and she's taking advantage of that. And you know, I don't think they will be cut out of it, but I don't think they will get what they think they deserve.
They're like the image of it.
But it's also like they don't know anything. Like she kind of has some leeway because she's done this for several years, and they've never had any experience doing this.
Right. However, I mean, I just think it's pretty, like, I'm just worried that it was kind of a storyline and they were using it as a storyline and like hopefully.
But it's a storyline to sell a spinoff.
Right, of course, but but hopefully that it'll all pan out and it actually becomes a thing because
Tom Sandoval did look like he was
like
irritated
upset.
and
I
upset.
think-
There's some
And
underlying things that are going down.
Who goes out after Lisa Vanderpump?
I don't know. So that's why I was a little intrigued because he had some guts to do that. I think if anything, Tom Sandoval will be the one that like gets advice and input from other people,
Yeah.
and then he'll be the one to maybe speak up to Lisa to see if it's fair or not, and if they are smart about it, which everyone should like be equal in that sense.
Yeah.
But obviously, like Lisa and Ken are gonna have to want to be like one up above them.
Of course, but I think that Tom and Tom see it as, wait a second, you're using our name, you're using our brand, you're using our fame, which she has fame in her own right as well, and she's who made them who they are. So I get both sides.
And I feel like she thinks they've put in like pretty much change because she was like how couple million this took to build,
it's
create.
great
Right.
opportunity. I only agree with them in the sense of like it is their names that that she is using. That's it though. Like everything else, it's like you gotta show show it.
Yeah, and $50,000 as an investment in a business like this it's not much. I'm sorry, it's really not. This is a multi-million-dollar
But purposely,
project.
you're not asking for that much because you have more control the more money you have. So
yeah, I mean, it was really just a courtesy to them to let them pay $50,000 to make them feel special and important. She's not dumb.
Yeah,
She
she's
knew
not
what
dumb.
she was
She's
doing.
not dumb. I think we'll see this come to fruition pretty soon, hopefully. I can't wait to go. That will be really fun and exciting. I want those frozen drinks. Okay, so next, let's get into the Stassi and Patrick saga. Another ex-boyfriend that just got ripped to shreds by the Vanderpump Rules cast. Everybody was like, that
Good
guy
for
is
them.
bad news. I'm so happy that you're not with him anymore. She's got a new boyfriend. She's happy. We know that. They just went on a cute little vacation together. Actually, I think right now they're in Italy.
Yeah, I saw
Italy.
that.
So it's great to see Stassi happy and like back to herself. And I think it was interesting to see in the reunion that she knew she wasn't herself. Watching the episodes back, like that wasn't me. So, and also everybody else hated him, which is funny as well. So what did you guys think about the saga? Everybody's opinion about Patrick.
I feel about Stassi, I feel like it showed us like a real side of Stassi.
Yeah.
'Cause she was like vulnerable and like she even said she was like I was submissive, like I was that dumb girl, and it's just sad to see because she was really hurt. And so Patrick is just a douchebag.
Yeah, he's the worst.
just
It's
a pal.
probably good that he finally ended up coming on the show so that she could see it for herself. You know, because a lot of times when you're just behind closed doors, you're kind of hazed and
You're
you're
blind.
And he
right.
kicked his own self in the butt because now people see him differently
Yeah,
out
now
there.
he
I
looks
know.
like a douche.
It's like, did he think he was doing himself a favor going on the show? Acting
Yeah.
how he was gonna act?
I think he thought it might have been funny. I think the whole like
Yeah.
thing with Lisa Vanderpump, I think, was meant to be a little bit sarcastic and funny. However, it just didn't land that way. And the dramatic music that production put on after when they were editing really made it sound worse than it was. So I feel like he might have just been duped. But also, he did not give himself a good representation on
Not
the show.
at all.
He tried to sound smart, and then the vocab just like bounced right back and didn't work. It didn't land for him.
No, that part's so sad when he's like talking to her and she's just like asking like, what does that mean again?
Yeah.
And he just
Right.
like thinks she's dumb,
But like
which isn't good.
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
He's
You
been
can
with her
see
long
it.
enough to know what types of words are in Stassi's vocabulary, so he would use big words to intimidate her and have her buckle on camera.
The thing
Yeah.
is what I noticed, I feel really related at all, but I just saw a little similarity between like Sheena and Rob and then Stassi and Patrick in the sense of like they could kind of be similar, but Stassi owned it and took responsibility
Yes.
and like sees it. With the difference with Sheena and Rob, it's like Sheena says she sees it, but you just don't feel the empathy necessarily for
Yeah.
her. And I'm not sure what that.
It's an
I'm not
ego
sure what
thing.
that is.
It's an ego
Yeah,
thing.
maybe.
I mean,
Well,
that would be hard to like, just
and
like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's also a part of Sheena is still like blaming the whole reason it didn't work like
On the rumor.
on the rumor or the show or that didn't. The reason it didn't work is just because he's just not that into you.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, unfortunately. So it's sad, but hopefully she looks like she's maybe in a better place.
Yeah. I mean,
Hopefully.
you got rid of toxicity.
I think
Yeah.
she's a little toxic.
She's a
Yeah.
little
So I think
toxic.
she needs to work on herself too
She
to
needs
maybe
to see Reiki girl.
have it all.
Yeah, Reiki girl should be booked by the cast.
Seriously.
Kelsey.
So I thought it was interesting that
laughed at
Sheena also like stormed off when she was getting kind of torn apart by Jax. Did you guys think this was interesting?
I
Do you
thought
think
it
it was
was-
warranted?
I thought it was interesting because I thought she was really hurt, and then we see that she just left to fix her eyelashes because one of them fell off.
Yeah, that is actually the funniest part of it all.
Yeah.
Is it really wasn't because she was
Like,
emotionally
oh,
wrecked,
she needs a moment.
but her eyelash was just like a little loose.
For me, I just feel like she was trying to really stay relevant. I don't
In
know.
the
For
episode,
some reason,
By walking
she's
off.
just trying to like. I mean, obviously, it's not always going to be about her, but I feel like she wants it to always come back to her, so she'll have something to say. That's my vibe I was getting from her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
and
like Sheena. Like, don't get me wrong.
I don't like Sheena.
I do. I just want her to own it.
Mm-hmm.
I said that from the beginning, but I just really did feel like she was trying because I feel like, Lala is more up and coming in the sense of
Yeah.
she's owning it. She's getting a lot of social media buzz. She's getting more fans, and so maybe that's intimidating to Sheena. So I kind of feel like she was just trying to be like, "Hey, I'm still here," but in her own kind of cocky way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's just a confidence thing.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't know if she needed to walk off, but I think it was done for dramatic effect.
I mean,
He
you
attacked
know-
her too, though.
She,
Yeah,
I mean,
he
yes,
wouldn't-
he did, but
he
she
went a little
she
crazy.
wasn't so innocent herself. And I think she. I mean, look, when you walk off, you know that's gonna come out in the trailer when they release the reunion.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
know
she's
been
like
on the
being
show.
embarrassed though because
You know, that's
everyone's
a
like
guaranteed
calling you
scene.
out and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like
sure she
all
was.
around?
Sure, but I feel like she wouldn't necessarily be. People say like you get angry and you get mad when you know you did something right, or if she would just own it and be like okay with it, then I feel like she would have been able to sit there,
Yeah.
be like, hey, I get it. I was wrong. This is what happened. Boom. But it's like she's not there yet. I feel like in her life to own it and take that responsibility.
Acceptance.
So she just had to leave because it was probably really overwhelming. I've
Yeah.
been there.
Yeah.
know?
Divert They're diverters, all of them.
Yeah,
they just
they
like
are.
divert the attention away
They really are.
from things. So then, okay, I guess it's time for our tea time segment.
Tea
Tea time segment. So much happened in this episode. While let's clink our cups
Clink it.
and clink to news and gossip segment of the night. First, we have Stassi is on the international trip with her new boo-boo in Italy, which is cute and fun and great. Happy that she's having a good time. The next story is Rob went on a podcast and talked about his side of the story with Sheena. Zach, give us details.
So Rob was on Juicy Scoop with Heather McDonald. She's been having a lot of them on this season.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
So he gave his exclusive, his side of, like, first of all, it was like over an hour long, the interview, which is very rare for that podcast. So you know he worked out some type of deal with her because the whole first half of the interview was just a profile piece talking about his childhood and high school and all, like nothing to even do with
Why?
Vanderpump Rules. Like completely pointless. Like it was a total way for him to save face. Like he went into this saying, I'll go on this podcast as long as you give me a chance to share my story. But he said that the real reason he joined, he never wanted to join Vanderpump Rules, but the real reason he joined was because production threatened to fire Sheena if he didn't. They said she would be off the show if he didn't participate.
That's wrong.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because we see how Lala's been on this whole time and we never saw Randall. And Stassi was on without Patrick. But he said that, you know, he really didn't want to do the show at all. And so the reason he came off as such a jerk was because he wasn't invested in doing the show.
So they
Or do you think that Sheena said that to him to get him to do it? Because she was like, please, I need you to be on the show because if you're not, they're going to fire me. Oh my gosh, please be on the show with me because I really need you to. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, I love you.
Believable
Me?
too. They're
That
both
is-
master manipulators.
They're both
Right.
getting something out of it.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
carpet.
Interesting. I don't know. Just an
Maybe.
idea.
I don't know.
Just
Critical
an
thinking
idea.
caps.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. And
Or he
then
could just be lying.
I think the only other buzzworthy note was, I mean, he said he did the show to support Sheena, so then Heather asked him, well, will you guys get back together? And this is where he, like, really hesitated and didn't really want to give an answer, and I think it's because he really doesn't want to get back with her. Because she asked him probably about 3 different times in 3 different ways to get him to answer the question, and he very much avoided it by basically implying that he wouldn't really get back with her.
Why? They were in love for 12 years.
Yeah, 12, 17, 42.
Who's counting through a marriage?
We don't know. Through new puppies and kittens, etc.
Well, glad we heard
Wow.
his side.
Good to
Moving
hear,
on.
Rob. Yeah, maybe we'll DM
Yeah,
it.
so
Maybe
if you
we
want
could
to
get him on
know
the show
how
next
he grew
week.
up and you want to learn about his sister, you can
Stop.
tune into Juicy Scoop with Heather
Maybe we
McDonald.
could see if we could get him in here next week.
Did he ever say
For
what
his
he like
profile.
really
Try.
does?
Yeah.
He says he does a few things, but
Entrepreneur.
mainly
Okay.
works in production. Oh, because that's how he also talked about his relationship with Randall, and he's really close with Randall.
Oh, only because of Sheena
Mm.
and Lala. Red flag. Okay, we also have Serve the Verdict. It is time for Serve the Verdict.
I'm excited.
What is the topic we're discussing,
I
Zach?
have 2 of them.
Okay.
One's okay. So one's kind of fun, just because it's the reunion and everybody dressed up. So I want to know, what was your favorite look tonight? Guys?
Okay, put us in the live chat as well, you guys. What was your
Yes,
favorite
what was your
look?
favorite look.
My favorite look was Stassi, classic
Yeah.
beauty. I liked that.
I liked hers.
Yeah, it was simple. I also loved Lala's. Lala's
Yeah,
with her
Lala.
skin tone and her. I liked that dress.
I liked Lala's, but I also felt like it washed her out just a little bit because she was so tan and it was such a tan dress. I think mine goes to Tom and Ariana. Like,
Okay.
Tom just looked really sharp and chic, and his outfit, like, was actually together. And then Ariana, I liked the pop of color, and her shoes were, like, super sexy.
Yeah, those were really
She
nice.
wearing
Wearing
Louboutins.
Oh, yes. Mine's Tom Sandoval. Thought he looked really great. Good suit for him, finally. Thank you. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say Brittany.
Me too.
Yeah,
I
Brittany
liked
looks great
Her
as well.
hair.
I
Brittany's
liked her.
hair
Really
is
cute,
great,
pretty.
and she looked out for revenge. Looks good.
Yeah, she was out for revenge, even though she's got the guy, but unfortunately, she's
Okay.
still trying to get the guy.
Quickly, last one.
Yes.
Do you think Lala was right to disinvite Sheena on the plane? Like, we all agreed that, like, it wasn't fair of Sheena to expect her to fly everything to Vegas, but as her friend, was Lala entitled to disinvite her and invite the rest of the cast?
Yes, because
Okay.
Sheena was acting like a brat. That's like entitled. Like, you need to take all my stuff to move over to Vegas. Like, no. my friend did that, I'd be like, bye.
Sarah?
I think it's not right to disinvite someone when you get to a certain age. I just feel like, it just kind of like muster up, be like, it's okay, we'll be with her for like what, an hour? The plane ride's like an hour, 45
With all
minutes.
her stuff.
But I mean, I don't know. Just if you don't want to go, just don't go.
Right.
You don't have to say I don't
Yeah.
need you. I don't know. That's how I feel.
If that's your girl, if that's your friend, then like you bring her, like tell her, no, you can't bring all your stuff. But you like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't disinvite you
could
as
say
my
that.
friend.
Absolutely.
Like, don't
yeah.
bring all your stuff with you because I invited other people. But like, the opportunity is yours.
Exactly. I agree with all of you guys. You all have really great points. Really quick, we're going to do quick fan shout-outs because you guys are the bomb.com.
shout-outs.
Also, I want to say we've got some Lala votes and Ariana votes in the group
good.
chat as to who
Ooh,
had the best
I loved
looks.
Ariana's look.
Also, we're debating if we can get Rob on the show, which now feels like a challenge for me, so I'm going to try and get him on here.
I think he'll do it.
Maybe, I don't know. His track record, he might. But Erica said, if you invite Rob, can you accept our questions and break them down? So
yes,
we
yes,
might.
yes.
We're gonna go through and thank you guys for being in the group chat, and also thank you again for always hopping in the comments. Stephanie, Lindsay, Erica, Dolly, Clarence, Tabitha, hey girl. We just want to thank you guys for being so involved, and you guys make this conversation even more interesting. Julia, the health girl. Yes, you have something to say, Zach?
I have a shout out I want to give.
Okay, give a shout out.
Twitter shout out.
Twitter shout out.
To Spoogies.
Okay.
Spoogies. Only because she took a quote that I said last week when I said Brittany's going to come into the reunion and say, love wins, y'all. And then she sent a tweet that Brittany sent out where she quotes, people can change and love can win.
Oh.
Yes!
Zach is on with his predictions.
Is there. There he
He's
is.
like a psychic.
Okay.
Love wins, y'all.
You know what time it is? It is
What?
time for the Pump Teeny
I'm
Toast.
teeny.
Who had the biggest
I love
impact
that.
tonight? Who had the biggest best moment? What do you think?
Stacey.
Stacey.
No, come back to me. Yeah.
We got a minute.
I'm going to say Lala.
Okay, Zach.
I echo that. Lala 100.
Lala 100 for me too.
I like Stassi because she was vulnerable today. We saw a real
Okay,
side from her.
Stassi
like
was
that.
vulnerable.
I like
So
that.
next week we will see some crazy stuff. Billy Lee is
Yes.
on. We also
Yeah.
see the Lala James saga play out. So we can't wait to get to that. And if you guys want to follow us during the week, we're going to tell you where you can find us, and we hope to interact with you there. You guys can find me. I'm Tiege Dooley-Panko. You guys can find me at TiegeDP, TIEGEDP, just in case you needed me to spell it for you. And Zach, where can we find you?
Hi guys, I'm Zack Peter, and you can follow me at Just Plain Zack everywhere.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. I am Sarah Serio, and you can follow me at Serio.
And I'm Stacey Olivas. You guys can follow me all over social media at Stacey Olivas. We love hearing from you, so hit us up in the comments.
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you guys so much. We love you. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Woo!
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.